Everybody, it is Carla with Carla's Clever Crafts. Today we're going to do another patriotic design. We're going to use this cute little gnome truck that I have here, and I'll go through the ribbons here just in a minute, but we do have some perfectly coordinated ribbon here that I'm just loving for this design. I quickly want to mention that I am going to do a giveaway. This will apply for people who watch me live as well as replay. This is my bow maker that I have used for probably 4 or 5 years now, and I recently purchased a new one. And I have a lot of new wreath makers that follow me and watch me, and maybe even some experienced ones that may not have a bow maker. I didn't know what to do with this. So I decided that I was going to do a giveaway, and anybody who comments on my videos from today through June 15th will be entered in a wheel for a drawing, and the winner will receive my easy bow maker. So I just wanted to mention that real quick. It is important that you comment, because the way that I will go back and determine who all gets entered for the free bow maker will be by the comments in my post. And again, that includes while I'm live. Also, if you're watching on replay later, you can still comment. I'll see your comment, and then all those names will be entered in for a drawing. And if you comment on separate videos, which I'm going live currently just about every day, you'll be entered more than once. So, for example, if you comment on 5 videos, you'll be entered 5 times for the drawing. So I just didn't know what to do with it, and so I decided to use it for a giveaway. So let's go ahead and put that to the side and talk about the project that we're going to work on. We're doing a patriotic design today. I'm doing a couple things differently today. I'm going to be I normally do my mesh length at 18 inches long. Today, I'm going to use 22-inch pieces of mesh, because I wanted to do a video demonstrating what adding 4 extra inches can do, or how it can change your design when you're using the cruffle method. So we're going to do that differently. And then I'm also going to be using eyelash mesh today. The entire base is going to be made with eyelash mesh. And I got the mesh from BB Crafts. Again, the pieces it's 10-inch wide mesh, and today's design is going to be with 22 inches long. So we're going to switch that up. Hi, Tina. Hi, Shannon. Okay. I just love how well this ribbon coordinates with my sign. I do have these as a kit in my shop if anybody would be interested. The ribbons and the sign that I'm using today would come with that. But we have the gnome. The gnomes are holding a USA, so we have a match there. It also has these adorable blue trucks, which match our blue truck. I do have it available in blue and red trucks, so if you have a preference for the red, I do have that. And then, of course, we have the whole patriotic theme with the stars and stripes. I just love how well this ribbon coordinates with the sign. We're going to also use with this ribbon this flag design that has more of the stars and stripes. Both of these ribbons are 2.5 inches wide, and I've cut them to 12 inches long. And then we're going to pair those with these 1.5 inch wide ribbons. I have the star with the lighter blue background, and then a navy blue. So those are the ones that we're going to use today. I picked these two because these have a lot of red in them already. So I went with putting blue behind those. Additionally, we're using all red mesh as our base. And so I thought red ribbon would just blend in with that too much. So that is the reason that I went with 2 different blue ribbons. Okay, so we'll go ahead and put these ribbons to the side for now, and we'll get started. We'll see what the 4 inches difference means in our cruffles. And we'll also see what they look like using the eyelash mesh. Eyelash mesh is similar to metallic mesh. Some people say it gets its name because it looks like eyelashes. I'm not sure that I really see that, but I do think that it is really pretty and makes for a pretty design. So this is the one that we're going to be using. It is a little bit see-through. So we'll see how this turns out for us. But we're going to make cruffles. And again, this is 22 inches. I normally do 18. Today we're doing 22, so we can see the difference. Hi, Carrie. Hi, Tina. Okay, I'm going to use my scissors to hold this because this is a much longer piece of mesh than I'm normally working with. I also, when I'm using longer pieces of mesh, just a tip, especially if you're new to wreath making or making cruffles, having a lined mesh will help you to stay centered as you scrunch all the way down. So I'm just going to start like I normally do, folding my end over. Now we have a much longer piece here. So you could fold 5 times if you want to. I'm going to go ahead and fold my usual 4 folds. And give me just a second. I'm going to turn off the TV. I forgot to do that. Thank you for bringing that statement. Okay, sorry about that. I don't know about you guys, but I found that annoying, and I can normally tune it out, but it was really bothering me today, and I'm glad I noticed. Okay, so I'm just going to turn that curl away from me then, and I'm going to do the same thing on this end. Again, I'm just doing 4 folds, but you are working with a lot more mesh. If you wanted to go an extra one, you could certainly do that. And I'm going to turn it face down. And again, I'm going to use this center line to kind of guide me as I scrunch it so that I can do my best to keep it straight. And I'm just scrunching little pieces at a time. And so you can see when we scrunch it up, a couple things we have that happens by using the longer piece of mesh is that we get a bigger bow. The sides spring out to where like they almost touch. So you really get more of like what looks like a flower instead of a bow on your wreath. And then what was the other thing I was going to say? Oh, you get more of the ruffled effect. So by using a longer piece of mesh, you get more ruffling when you do a cruffle. Okay. What does Craft Outlet? You know, Shannon, I don't think Craft Outlet sells eyelash mesh. I've never seen this at Craft Outlet. This came from bbcrafts.com. Okay, so I am just going to place this in here. We are going to work in order today with our pipe cleaners. We're using all red mesh, the same mesh for the entire base. So I'm going to go ahead and pull those out in hopes that I don't accidentally miss one. And we'll tie this first one in. Okay, and as you can see, then the sides are touching almost all the way out. So we have more of what looks like a flower instead of a bow. Okay, we're going to do a couple more of these together. And then I've pre-made the rest of them. So we'll go ahead and lay them in. So 2, 3, 4. I'm going to use my clip just to help me out. 2, 3, 4. I'm going to turn it face down. I know that Craft Outlet has similar mesh because this is very similar to metallic mesh, but I don't think they have this exact mesh. If they do, I haven't seen it on there. So, okay, so I'm just going to the very next pipe cleaner, which happens to be this red on the middle. And I'm going to pull my white one out from underneath. And we're going to lay the next one in there. We're just going to go in order. So I'll go the white, the blue, red, white, blue, red. And we're just going to work all the way around. So we're not layering it today. We're just doing one design all the way around. Okay. So once again, just curl the ends. These lines also kind of help you keep your curl straight. Okay, turning it face down. Again, you can do your curls face up if you prefer to have more of your curls showing. So if we put it in like that and tied it into the pipe cleaner, it would end up springing up and you get more of the curl. but I'm going to go ahead and do it this way so I have more of the cruffle facing up. And this is going to, using the longer mesh is also going to give you a thicker, fuller, deeper design overall. Okay, so we'll just pull the ones, and looks like they came apart, so I might have to redo a couple of them. This is why I use the clip, guys. It's easier. Okay. And as I work, I just open up my next pipe cleaner before I do my next cruffle. Makes it a little bit easier for me. Are you putting the curls, cruffles? I wish this would show me the whole message. It is listed as an eyelash mesh. Oh, yeah, on BB Crafts, it is called eyelash mesh. I don't know that I've ever searched Craft Outlet for it. Are you putting the, yes, I'm putting the curls, the curl part, I'm putting face down. You can do it either way. Just know that when you do it, if you put your curls face up, you're going to get more of the curl look in your final project. And if you put them face down, you get more of this cruffle because it kind of springs the cruffle upward. And both are perfectly fine. I think there's lots of wreath makers that do it both ways. Just really probably depends on the look you're going for. I do like this eyelash mesh, not just for patriotic, but it's also very pretty for Christmas because it's very glistening. So I do also use it for Christmas designs. And on my ribbons, I'm going to be using 6 of each one that I showed you. So we'll have a total of 24 ribbons on it. You can do more if you want. We're going to actually cut off some of the pipe cleaners and not put ribbons in all of them. That's just another, another way that you can customize a design and make it your own. If you want to leave those and add more ribbons, you can do that. It is very fluffy and full. So the 4 inches of mesh really makes quite a difference, I think, in the overall appearance. You get much more ruffled look. I think the curls even show up better just by adding the 4 inches. I would, this mesh that I'm using is not a heavyweight mesh, but it's also not lightweight. So it's, I don't know, kind of what I would call in between. So with 18 pieces, you can see we're getting a pretty full design. And coverage is not going to be an issue with the length that we cut. I have also used this mesh cut at 18 inches, and it also works at 18. It's not as full, it's not as fluffy when you cut them shorter. How long is the mesh cut? It is 22 inches long today. So for this design, I cut it, it's 10-inch wide mesh, and I cut them at 22 inches. Each day I try to think of something new or different that I can do. This is a customer's order that I'm doing today, so the design was already pre-done. And so I was trying to think of a way that I could do this because I have multiple wreaths to get done today for orders. Could do this on live, but still show you guys like something a little bit different. So that's what I came up with. That's why we're doing the 24 inches. Sorry, 22 inches. Okay, our last one. And I'm just going to take this, the last one, because it's kind of laying on top of all the others and has left me with like a big gap here. We just need to fix our mesh so that it's all laying in the same pattern or the same direction, and that will take care of that gap. That will fill that in. So if we just fix that, now we no longer have that. Okay. So I'm going to cut off the 6 on the inside, which is why I made them red as opposed to the ones on the outside. Make it a little bit easier for me to make sure I cut the right ones. Because once you get mesh this thick, sometimes it's hard to see. It's hard to find those. And I made the ones on the outside where I knew I had to lay ribbons, the blue and white. That way they stand out from all the red mesh underneath. Those are just little tips that you can do to try to help you. I still will miss putting ribbons in or mesh pieces sometimes, but if you do little things like this, it will help you with avoiding those mistakes sometimes. I also have cut off the wrong pipe cleaners before too, so. Very curly. It is, even with the curls face down. I think it really demonstrates the curls and the ruffle very well together just by making it a little bit longer. So instead of having more curl or more ruffle, you're getting both effects. Okay, so now we're just gonna put 2 ribbons each in these 12 pipe cleaners that we have left on here. These are the 12 pipe cleaners on the outside, 2 rings. I cut off the 6 that were on the inside. This wreath seems like it's going fast today for some reason. Don't forget, if you're watching, I am doing a giveaway. I recently bought a new bow maker. I had the Easy Bow Maker, and I wasn't sure what to do with it because I'm not really using it anymore. And my house is already full of crafty stuff. Hi, Linda. Hi, Barbara. So I decided I was going to do a giveaway. And the reason I decided that is because I have so many new wreath makers that have been watching my videos, and even some that are experienced that might not have a bow maker already. So I thought it would be a way to maybe give somebody one that needs one or doesn't already have one. So that's why I'm doing that. But to be entered, you have to comment on the video, either live or replay, either one. Okay, so this has more of the lighter blue in it. I'm going to put the dark blue behind it. And then this one has more of the darker blue. I'm going to put the light blue behind it. By doing them reverse, I'm trying to evenly distribute my color throughout my wreath. Oh, now, when I first started out, I'm going to go ahead and explain this. When I first started out, I had a tendency to make my bundles to where the two ribbons match the best. So I would have put the light blue with the dark, or the light blue with the light blue, dark blue with the dark blue. But I since on my own, when I started developing my own style, I switched that because what I noticed is I was ending up with all my dark blue in spots, all my light blue in spots, and I wanted it to be distributed. So it became, the overall design became more important to me than just these two ribbons matching. So then I started switching. So that is why we're going to do, let me get it straight again. We're going to do the dark blue behind the ribbon with the most light blue. I'm just going to make an X and scrunch in the middle. Remember to try to keep the wired edges folded down. And I'm just going to pick any pipe cleaner to start with, which one is not important. I'm going to twist it 3 or 4 times. I think you guys are going to notice a difference with the way that the ribbons lay too, using the longer mesh. Okay, so I'm going to squeeze my pipe cleaner, and even though I'm putting them in just like I do on my other designs, they tend to be pushed up more. So we have more of that up and out arching effect. Let me know if that's just my imagination or if you guys can notice that. Your favorite red is very pretty. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I really like this mesh. Okay, so now we're going to do the light blue with the ribbon that has the dark blue. And I'm just going to put it in the very next pipe cleaner. And then we will rotate those same patterns back and forth in all 12 pipe cleaners. Okay, so now we need the dark blue with their gnome. I don't know if it will help you guys, but it does help me. I know you guys have probably noticed. Thank you, Linda. I notice me talking to myself when I'm doing this, telling myself which bundle is next or which color is next. I do that because it helps me not get confused or put the wrong ones in. Yes, you caught me live. Welcome. Just so you guys know, if you are wanting to catch me live and be able to ask me questions and stuff live, I do have my schedule pinned to the top of my business page. So if you just click on my name when you find a post or something that I have on there, and go to my page and just scroll through the ones that say featured at the top, my schedule is posted up there. Okay, so light blue with dark blue. And this is what I mean about talking to myself. I'm not ashamed. I know on the weekends I go live at 4. So Saturday and Sunday I'm live at 4. And then I think it's Tuesdays and Thursdays I'm live at 6. And Monday, Wednesday, Friday I'm live at 7. I tried to do a few different times so that maybe more people would have an option to watch, because lots of people work and have other schedules. Okay, so we're going to do the light blue with the dark blue. This is really full and fluffy. I love it. You talk to yourself, you're talking to, and oh, that is so sweet. Well, I guess I do that a lot. And you can put your ribbons in and fix them all at the end if you want to. I just prefer to do mine as I go because I will change. It helps me make sure that they're laying and overlapping the way that I want them to. But I guess you could do the same thing as you go. Sometimes we're creatures of habit too, which may be where I'm at. Yeah, it does push the ribbons up more. That is very true, Shannon. And really, if you look at the difference in the amount of mesh you're using from 18 to 22 inches, it's not a whole lot. If it probably seems like a whole lot if you're first starting out, because let me take that back. When I first started out, that was a whole lot. To me now, it doesn't seem like a whole lot because I have my house full of ribbons and mesh and all the things. But when I first started out, I didn't. And so cutting 22 inches versus 18 was a big deal for me. So just know that if you are new and just starting out um, down the road, it gets easier. And just be careful because it is an addicting habit. Both making wreaths and buying supplies are addicting. Make sure you have some storage space planned out. And I don't know about for everybody else, but for me, it just seemed like it exploded overnight. I think I didn't even realize how much I was buying. But I'm not complaining. I love all my craft supplies, and to me, it is a blessing. Light blue with dark blue. It's time to talk to myself again. Okay, now we need the dark blue and the gnome, and we're almost done. I think we have like 3 more, maybe 4 more. And then we will add our sign. Can't hear and didn't hear what length the ribbons were cut at. You will fill up all the storage and then some. I have it all over my whole house. It's crazy. The ribbons, that's okay, Pamela. The ribbons are cut to 12 inches long. The mesh pieces today are cut, it's 10-inch mesh, and they are cut to 22 inches. So I did cut the mesh a little differently than what I do normally. I just wanted to be able to demonstrate the difference in the look and the fullness that you get with a longer piece. You say you will feel like crafting soon. Linda, you will be in my prayers. I sure hope that it goes well and that you get the relief because I certainly can relate to the pain. This time last year, I was going through that with my back. Which was very sad for me because it halted all my crafting too. One day at a time. Yep, I agree with that. I put all my focus on getting better. Thank you, Shannon. Thank you, Lisa. You're going to try to make one like this? Yeah, it's very pretty, very full. I'll get it done here. I'll measure the depth. Yeah, I stopped everything when, I mean, I didn't really like have any choice, and I'm sure Linda doesn't either. I had no choice but to stop crafting. I had to start my live video, stop doing live videos because I wasn't able to sit, stand, walk. I mean, all I did was cry. I couldn't even lay and be comfortable. So I definitely understand that. And I put all my focus into my recovery after I had to have the surgery because while 50 seems old to some people, to me, it was awful young for back surgery. So thank you, Barbara. If you guys try my designs, you know, feel free. If you're comfortable doing it, feel free sharing them with me. I love to see that I inspire others and what you guys do. It gives me motivation to keep doing this. You have 2 jobs and 9 years. You need to practice one. Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, I didn't start out. You know, I watched other people and learned just like you're doing. So, okay, Tina, thank you so much. I'll see you again soon. Okay, we've got our last ribbon in. Need to change my layering because I do the same with my ribbons as I do with my mesh. Okay, so here's what we got. Let me grab my tape measure. And let's just see. Okay, so yeah, guys, this one is actually it's above 6 inches. It's more like 6.5 inches. And when I do the 18-inch pieces, I'm usually at about 5 inches. So maybe a little over 5. So this, just by using the longer pieces, it's about an inch deeper. And then, well, here, let's use, I keep forgetting I have a cutting mat now. So there's 1 inch. And it is 20, this one is 22 inches wide. So not really more in width, but definitely more in depth. All right, let's put our sign and see what this cute little thing is going to look like. I did pre-wire it before I came on today. So I'm just going to, I put 2 wires here at the top and 1 down here at the bottom. And you guys have probably seen me do it. I was putting my wires on the end of my trucks because that's the longest part of my sign, but I found that they were slipping. So I've decided to do top and bottom instead because I don't want my signs to slip. You'll find if you watch me very long, I'm always changing things. Thank you, Linda. You say we are twins, and I'm about to turn 21. So about the, oh. It's about the same age too, huh, Shannon? 21. Okay, and I'm gonna make my sign snug, but I'm not gonna pull it real tight because I want it to look like it's kind of floating on top. And I am gonna twist it crazy because that's just what I do. And just wrapping my wire around the ring, one of the rings on the frame. Keep everything nice and neat, even in the back. Okay. Now I'm going to switch around here and do this bottom, and then I'll come back up and do the other one I have on the top. All the mesh, the deeper mesh does make it a little more difficult to feed down through, but not too much. It makes it impossible to see what you're doing. I had somebody comment on one of my videos, I think it was on YouTube, about, I guess where I say I'm anti-wood burning. They said, are you also anti-knitting needle or crochet needle to pull your wires down through? I am not. I am not at all. I actually seen another crafter do that, and I tried it, and it was just harder for me than using my fingers. So that is the reason that, you know, but there are tools and things that you can use if you are having trouble feeding the wire down through, that you can attach to the wires and potentially help you feed them through. I just found it to be even harder for me to do it that way. I'm going to move this wire over because it looks like my sign is not in the center. I have trouble getting the trucks in the center because they're not square, they're not round. There we go. Okay, and again, I'm pulling it tight a little bit so that it's pulling down in a little bit, but not real tight. You don't want to sink it down inside and have it lost in your mesh and ribbons. On this wreath, the sign is the focal point, so we want it to stay, we want it to blend in with the design, but also stay prominent. Okay, what do you guys think? I just have the one more wire here to feed through. Thank you, Pamela. I might hop back on here again tonight. I haven't fully decided. I have 2 more wreaths I have to do that are due in the mail tomorrow morning. So I might get back on here and do one of them. Okay, almost done. And then you can always, when you do a design like this, I mean, I think it's beautiful as is with the ribbons and the mesh, but you can also add embellishments, like the little foam stars and stuff from the Dollar Tree. Amazon, I ordered some last year, has the really cute You Wish 21. Me too. I was going to go with it. I'd like to be 21. Amazon has like the little ornaments that people make that wrap them in fabric. So like patriotic themed fabric or ribbon, or you can make your own. So just all kinds of stuff that you can do and experiment with and stuff if you want to have more, add more to it. Okay, guys, that is it for me for now. I may be back tonight, but I'll definitely be back tomorrow. So thank you guys for hanging with me, and you guys have a wonderful evening if I don't hop on here and see you again.